Alrighta, the graph of inverse functions. Well, I guess if you're given two graphs, what to figure out if they're inverse functions, it'd be nice to know if they had something in common. Well, since inverse functions just swap your x's and y's, or in this case a and b, to give you a b and an a, their graphs have to reflect over the line of y equals x. So what that means is, if you graph the line y equals x, you have a start at 0, and then you have a slope up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, you have this dashed line going through here. Then what you get is, if your functions reflect over that, then they are inverses. So what we should do here for example 5 is graph each of these functions. Let's graph f of x equals x to the third over 3. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make a kind of a simple table, and we want to see if it'll reflect over, you know, your y equals x line, which would be going through here, and then going down this way, like so. And so we need to plug in some values into our table. So here's our x, here's your f of x. And we're just going to plug -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So if you plug a 0 in, you're going to get a 0. Yes, 0, 0. You plug a 1 in, well, 1 to the third is 1. Over 3 is 1/3. So you go over 1 up a third, right about here. Go over 2, well, that's an 8/3. So that is really over 2 up 2 and 2/3. That'd be up here. And then if you plug a -1 in, that gives you a -1/3, which means this will probably give you a -8/3. So if we graph each of these points, back 1, down 1/3, right here, and back 2, down 2 and 2/3, right here, then we're going to get some graph that looks something like so. And continue going down, this continue going up. Now let's graph our other function. Let's graph g of x. So g of x is the third root of 3 to the x. So if we plug these into a table, you have x and g of x. And I'm still going to plug in the same values of -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. You plug a 0 in, well, 3 times 0 is 0. The third root of 0 is 0. So we have a point right here. Yes. Ooh, you got one in common. Plug a 1 in, you get a 3. So the third root of 3, let's see, off my top of the head, I think it's a 1.4. So we're going to go to the right one, up 1.4, which is about here. And then if you plug a 2 in, you're going to end up getting a, oh gosh, let me think, 1.8. So over 2, up 1.8 is going to be about here. And if you plug these in the other side of your table, I'm just kidding, I'm not really doing these in my head. You just plug these into a calculator. Remember your third root button, you just hit your math key, and then it should be fourth or fifth one down. You have a little third root button, and then you just plug in a -6. So that means you would go back 1, down 1.4, back 2, down 1.8. So you get this graph that is going like so. So what do you think? You think those kind of reflect over your y equals x axis? I would like to say yes. So, verify their functions. We just did that by showing they reflected over that line. Well, yeah.